My name is KawaiiFaceMiles, and you have been listening to Hawaii's #1 podcast.
All right, and welcome everyone to another episode of Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast. I'm your host, Mekel Kasanova, coming at you with another phenomenal interview. And in today's episode, we are interviewing the one, the only, one of the newest ambassadors for Victrix Pro, none other than KawaiiFaceMiles. KawaiiFaceMiles is a professional Tekken player, and she's competed in numerous tournaments, and she's the first ever Tekken sponsored player for Victrix Pro. So in this episode, we're going to talk about not only FGC, Victrix Pro, and more, but we're also going to dive into things that KawaiiFaceMiles is interested in herself. So if you're ready to do it, I'm ready to do it. Let's go ahead and get right into this episode. All right, so welcome everyone to another episode of Hawaii's #1 podcast, the Kasanova Podcast. I'm your host, Mekel Kasanova, and I have with me the amazing, the lovely, the fantastic KawaiiFaceMiles. Miles, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell people.
Hey everyone, my name is KawaiiFaceMiles. I play Tekken competitively, and I'm overall just the waifu of the entire FGC, and not only FGC. I'm here to take over the esports scene. How are you doing?
I'm barely hanging in there.
I feel you.
It's like kind of like we were saying before we went live. It's one of those things where it's like having like a holiday in the middle of the week. I feel like it just screws everything up. It's like, why? You might as well give me Friday off if you're gonna give me Wednesday.
See, I'm telling you right now, though, I work retail. The only days I ever get off that's a holiday is Christmas and Thanksgiving. Everything else, I just work through it, and it never feels like a holiday. And it's like the worst thing ever. So yesterday, I just worked all day, and I was just like, all right, cool, that's great. So
you didn't have yesterday off?
No, I worked. That's what I do. I'm a workaholic. That's my problem. That's a problem. It's a problem, but it's not. And, you know, I worked all day at my job, and it was slow because everyone else is celebrating 4th of July. But get this. So I come home, and my parents have already celebrated 4th of July with the rest of my family. So I came in, and everyone's already gone. I didn't get to see anybody. Then they left today to go to Universal Studios. So I am here at home, just big chilling, doing nothing. And, you know, it kind of hurt my feelings a little bit, but I've got my cat, so I'm okay with that.
What? They didn't even give you a heads up or anything?
Oh, they told me like a week ago, and I was just like, well, I can't take that time off because like next week I'm going to San Jose to go to NorCal Strong Style. And I was just like, well, thanks for telling me. Like, I'm glad you guys are finding all this time to have all these fun vacations going to Universal Studios. So I was just like, oh no, I'll just go by myself. And then they got upset and hurt. And I was just like, all right, here we go. Here we go.
Well, you see, and that's there's a question I have for you with that, because you're a professional FGC player, you're the newest ambassador for Victrix, and it's like, how do you juggle a full-time job and playing competitively and being a professional streamer on Twitch? Like, how? Teach me.
Here's the secret. Listen, this is the secret. I don't sleep. I'm like dead serious. I'm dead ass serious right now. I probably get 6 to 4 hours of sleep a day. 6 if I'm lucky. I wake up somewhere between 6:15 in the morning to 8:15 in the morning. It's either one of those two because I'm either opening or I'm closing. Then I work if I'm opening, I work from 7:45 to 4:15, or I work 9:45 to 6:15. So those are usually my shifts. And then when I get off, depending on what time it is, if I open, I try to squeeze in a nap. But that also depends on like if I have other things to do. So if I gotta like upload something or anything, or if I gotta like go and I don't know, like go buy something. I don't know. It just kind of depends on what I gotta do. Then that sucks for me because now I can't nap. And then then I start my streams and I'm like, all right, here we go. And then I get off streaming and then go to bed and do it all over again.
How do you get through the day? Coffee, energy drinks,
crying, lots of crying. No, I don't know. I just I think most of it is determination and a lot of dedication and willpower because I know I'm a star. But it's my job to show everyone like I am a star, kind of just like I have to like put myself out there and really work hard to achieve what I want. And, and that's something that I've like always held very close to me is that I'm just like, okay, right now it's a struggle. Like you're struggling through everything, everything's kind of hard. You're a little stressed out, girl. That's okay. But in the end, when you achieve your goal and you get to where you want to be, you're going to look back at these times. You're going to be like, damn, that was worth it. And that's what I'm doing right now is I'm just like, okay, I'm struggling. I'm crying. I'm trying to get through my days. And then I'm just like, all right, it's going to be worth it. I know it's going to pay off soon. It's going to pay off soon. And, it's just one of those things where I'm just like, I just gotta do what I gotta do, get it and, get as far as I can, get to where I want to be and just really go for it. Because, I've always like had a very strong like dream with, it's always, I've always loved playing video games, but like the dream of being like esports or whatever, where it's like, I really just want, to me, it's just like, I want to be not only like really well, kind of like at that Justin Wong level, but like even more than that. Like, I want to be the face of, video games and competitive gaming and fighting games. But not only that, like I want to be, involved in the gaming industry. I want to do, work in that area. It's just like, I just want so much. And I always joke and I'm like, I just want to be the idol of the world. And it's just like, I really do though. Like, I love entertaining people. I love doing stuff. I love to, I love to meet my community at events and I just love to interact with people and, social media, posting content, all of that stuff, traveling, competing. It's just so, to me, it's just so rewarding and it's just so fun. Like, Evo's coming up, so you know what that means. I'm going to be working, the entire time. But it's just like, it's still really fun to me. It's just like, it's the work that I enjoy doing because it's like, I'm emotionally invested and I'm very driven to do my best and really put my best out there. And I think that, I think over the 4 years that I've been doing this, it's just been like, it's been very rewarding. I'm on the right track and I'm getting there, but it's just, it's just not my time yet to really like boost myself into stardom. But I know eventually it's going to get there. And a lot of people who didn't believe in me and like my family doesn't believe in me and stuff like that. It's just like, once I get there and I really just work hard and get to where, get to that ultimate goal, that end point, it's just like, I just have to maintain it. I'll be living my best life. I'll be doing what I love to do. And it's just all of that it's not apprehension, but what is it? It's like pushback or just like, like all that pushback for going for what I want to go for. It's just kind of like, it's just like a really big, like, it's a really big middle finger in their face at the end. Cause I'm just like, look, I still made it. Like, I worked hard. I worked my ass off and you were sitting there putting me down, but I still came through and I did what I needed to do. And here I am. So like, I feel like that's really what drives me to like juggle a full-time job and streaming and traveling and playing and all that stuff, because it's a lot. And I tell people that all the time. Newer players are always like, how do you do it? How do you do it? How did you do it? And I tell them and they're like, oh, that's a lot. And I'm like, it is a lot. Like, if you really want this, you have to put in the work for it. You have to be willing to sacrifice a lot. Like, I have no social life. I don't have friends.
Hey, high five.
High five to that one. It's like, it's just like, I focus on my community. I focus on my job. I focus on playing. I focus on my stream. And it's just like, that's all I need right now. It's just, I just got to keep focusing and keep working hard. And, everyone that has been supporting me, it's been so great. It's been so amazing and uplifting, because I've never like really had that before. But, I think that's the stuff that is like, you either have that drive, that determination to really go for what you want to go for. And if you don't, then you're going to give up. And if you do, you'll make it. It's just going to take some time. And, that's something I stress to a lot of players, like a ton of players. They're always just like, I don't really know. Like, it's just a lot of work, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, dude, you just got to do it. If you don't really want it that bad enough, like, you don't, like, it's okay.
Yeah. Definitely, like I feel like you're speaking to me right now, because this past 2 weeks I've been going through that myself. Like at my job, I think I tell you I work at the hospital. I'm a senior systems analyst. I cover 4 hospitals and about 40 clinics between 4 islands, and it's crazy. So 6 days a week, 15 to 16-hour days, and I'm still trying to stream. I'm still trying to do YouTube and do this podcast. And it's something, because I'm at a point now where like I could quit my job, and actually did. I didn't yet, but I told my boss, I'm like, look, I want to pursue content creation full time. I know I need to grind, and I'm willing to put in that work, and so many people around me think that, oh, you're doing a podcast. Oh, you're doing YouTube. Oh, it's so easy. Anyone can do it. I'm like, you don't see the behind the scenes stuff. You don't see the parts where, you're streaming and nobody's watching, or you're making videos and you're constantly doing edits and you're trying to make that look good, or, the times when you don't sleep, or you just get like 2 hours of sleep and you still got to go to work to come home to do it all over again. It's not easy, but if you want it, you really got to want it, and you got to haul ass to do it. And it's like, everything you're seeing right now is just speaking to me. I'm like, I respect that hustle. I respect that grind.
It's a lot, dude. It's so much. And I think sometimes a lot of people, for real, like a lot of casual, like, casual players or viewers or like fans and stuff like that, sometimes they forget that there is a lot that goes on, because, it's our job to make it look easy. And we post on social. It's something that I see a lot posted on Twitter and stuff like that. But I actually saw my friend Sky. She posted it on Twitter, and she posted that social media is a place where people post what they want you to see, not what they actually are. And it's just one of those things where it's like, like, not everyone's going to be like straight up, like honest on Twitter, just like, they're having a bad day and they're just like, oh, I just want to like slash my boss's tires. He just like cut my hours. Like, they're just like, oh no, inspirational Gandhi quote, like, or something, it's just like something, it's what we post online that people forget that it's not the full story. And like a lot of times I get super, super overwhelmed, and I'm just like, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Like, it's so difficult. And then I just like sit and I just like remind myself, okay, like, hey, you just gotta like chill and just do your best. And that's all that matters. And at the end of the day, if you don't like it, there's a VOD, so you can delete it. But it's just kind of like, at the end of the day, just as long as you're creating something that you can believe in, or something that you are proud of, it'll pull in people. And I think people get very, very, very distracted with numbers and how many subscribers they have and how many viewers and followers and stuff like that. And like, I've even had it in my chat where people are just like, wow, you don't get as many viewers as you used to. And I'm just like, dude, like, I don't just stream Tekken. Like, that is the last thing I want to do. I don't want to hate the game by just streaming it all the time. Yeah. Like, yes, I compete for this game. I love this game to death. Like, it is my favorite game in the entire world. But it's like, as someone who's, you know, trying to sustain, you know, content creation, building my community, building my audience, I can't just keep dipping into the same community that, you know, like 4 other players are dipping into, because at that point we're stretching our audience, we're stretching how many viewers we're getting, and then we just run the community dry, because it's like, okay, everyone watches you, and then everyone watches, you know, JDCR, and everyone's watching Qdons. It's like, okay, but if they are not on, they'll watch you. But if they're on, you lose your viewers. So it's just like you kind of just screw yourself over everything. So it's kind of like, I stream other games. Like I want to stream other stuff, because it's like, there is more to me than just Tekken. Like, I want to share stuff with my community. I don't want it to only be like, oh, I compete in Tekken, watch me play. It's just like, there's a lot of stuff that I like to share with people, and I like to share, like, for, you know, first time experiences. I played Metal Gear Solid for the first time and played that all the way through. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I don't care about the viewers. I know that if I keep staying true to me and I keep, you know, streaming what I want to stream and playing what I want to play, it's just the people who love me for me, and not because they love to watch me play Tekken only, and then when it comes to that, they don't care about me, they don't care about what I do or anything like that, then, you know, I'll build a more genuine and core audience. Because I mean, like, look at other streamers, like you know, like who is it, Caseytron. Caseytron has like a huge dedicated like viewership. She has such a dedicated viewership, they will literally watch her do nothing. And it's like, that is the true success of a streamer, is when you have a core group of a very strong community that they are willing to sit down and take the time out of your day just to watch you, you know, play anything, because they genuinely just want to come in and talk to you. They want to watch you. They don't want to watch the game. Like that's something that a lot of people are not taking in consideration. Because I mean, like, I see a ton of Tekken streamers who are, you know, grinding for partner, and it's like, okay, you're grinding for partner, so you make an alt account to play other games, so that way it doesn't affect your viewership. Got it. That is and it's not just Tekken streamers. It's a lot of people. A lot of people do that because they're so concerned with numbers. And it's like, you know, I get it. You want to be partner and everything like that. That is great. Keep going for it. But trying to cheat the system in order to get it, it's kind of just like, okay, well, that's great. I mean, it doesn't affect me how I feel about like them or anything like that, but it's just those things that I notice where it's just like people are more concerned with numbers than they are about, like, you know, the genuine connection that they build with their community, you know.
And that's one of the things too, like, you know, us both being streamers and content creators, have you noticed how like the people that focus so much on numbers, that shit can drive you insane?
Oh, dude. Yeah, it does. I know, because I used to be like that. I really used to be like that. And then I stopped because I was just like, I'm not having fun anymore. Like, I don't enjoy this. So I stopped acting like that. I stopped being like that. And you know, I've been able to maintain a very core group of like audience and community members, but I've seen a lot of people like that. And I'm just like, good luck, because you're going to burn yourself out and hate streaming. Yeah. You're going to hate it so much because you're not focused on streaming. You're focused on that number of viewers you're getting. And if you don't see it increasing, you're just like, oh my God, like, I can't do it. Like, I'm never going to do it. Like, what am I doing wrong? And it's just, you know, it's just like, oh God, I hate it. I would never wish that on someone. Like, it is the worst feeling ever. It is such a horrible feeling to put yourself through that much stress, you know?
Yeah, it's one of the things too. Like I often get questions from like smaller content creators, you know, on YouTube, like, oh, how do I get my sub count up? How do I get my views up? How do I do this? Like, how did you hit this number? And I'm like, look, I just do what I do and I enjoy it. I'm like, I was a person for like the first 2 years of my YouTube career. I was just like, I got to get this video up. I got to do 5 videos a week. I've got to do this. I've got to hit the algorithm. I got to do this. And then I burnt myself out and I stopped for like 3 months. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do what I like to do. I like to talk to people. I'll do a podcast. I'll stream this game. I'll review what I like. And for whatever reason, I guess it caught on and then I just started growing. And it's like, so I'm doing the same thing with Twitch because, you know, I used to stream just Street Fighter 5 and King of Fighters 14 because those are the two that I play the most and I compete in. And I just got to a point where I'm like, I feel like this is all I'm playing and I'm starting to hate both games.
Yeah, because you get so tired of it. It's the same thing over and over and you're just like, ugh. Like, you know, it's like heavy eye roll the entire time because you're just like, running into the same 5 people in ranked.
Right?
It's the same 2 characters in ranked. It's like the same thing over and over. Oh, I beat them. Great. Yay. Like, you know, it's just like, it's not fun. It becomes not fun anymore, you know? And then you try to learn another character and then you're not having fun because you're just like, okay, but this is like, I'm learning another character. I'm getting bodied. I'm getting frustrated. And then, you know, I don't know if this has happened to you, but especially with me, like sometimes I'll play other characters and then there's people who beat me with my other characters, you know, either like they beat me, it was a close game, or like they beat me pretty badly because I'm just like, well, I'm just like playing, you know, I'm not like over here trying to like be the best in the world right now.
Yeah.
And then they literally take clips and post it on Twitter and they're like, oh, I beat this person, like sponsor me. And I'm just like, dude, y'all are making me hate wanting to stream this. Like, you guys are making me hate this game right now.
Right.
It's one of those things where it's like, if you're not in the mindset and you like, if most of your viewerships are coming from one game, it's like, try to bring those viewers to another game, try to, you know, dip that community into a different community and then bring another community back into your original community. You know, it was something, I forgot who told me that. Oh my God, people tell me so many things throughout my years. The wisest them I've heard. I just can't remember who tells me these things. But that was something that, you know, Ayers has done, avoiding the puddle. He did, you know, I think he got really big with the Dark Souls. And then, you know, he's always dipping his community, bringing them back and forth between, you know, like, you know, whatever game he's playing, and then he'll, you know, come back to Tekken and stream that for a little bit, and then, you know, kind of he brings his community and dips them, you know, he brings his large following from one game over to another game, and then he builds an even bigger large following from that game because of that audience, and then brings them back to his main game. And it's like, now he's growing the community of you know, a specific game like Tekken or something. Now he's introducing people who would have thought of playing Tekken into Tekken. And they're like, oh, wow, like, this is so great, you know? And that's something that I think streamers really like FGC content creators and streamers really need to kind of focus on, because it's like, you are building content because you play fighting games primarily. So yes, that should be a focus. But ultimately, you want to build content in your community, like all around. Like, you don't want to just stick with one thing, because eventually it's like, it becomes the same thing, and then you start seeing your numbers drop, and then you're just kind of like, well, what am I doing wrong? Blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, it's the same thing over and over. Like, you got to kind of like switch it up, change it up, do something different, you know? Yeah. Can't always just stick with one game. I think one of my community members actually told me that. He was like, he told me, don't be a one-trick streamer. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, don't just stream Tekken. It gets boring. Like, we get it. You're good and you get a lot of viewers, but don't be a one-trick streamer. Ever since then, I've been like, I don't want to be a one-trick streamer.
What are some of the games that like you enjoy playing, or you like to stream a lot on Twitch that the
Ooh,
audience may not know about?
ooh. Um, horror games. I love horror games.
Ooh.
I love to play horror games. Some people are kind of into it. Some people are not. It's okay. I get it. Horror games, RPGs. I love RPGs. I haven't really streamed a real RPG. Well, I haven't really streamed an RPG in general on Twitch in like years, dude. Like when I first started my Twitch channel, I was streaming off my PS4 playing Final Fantasy X. And I had like 3 viewers, and I was so proud of that. But, now it's just kind of like, yeah, I haven't really streamed a lot of RPGs because, I'm always just like, hey guys, it's KawaiiFaceMiles. But like, I want to stream more RPGs. I try to take in more recommendations from my community, see what they want to see what they like to see. Like, they want to see me play. Sometimes I'll jump on hype trains and play the new games. What else? Other fighting games. I love to play different fighting games besides Tekken. So if I want to play a fighting game, but I don't want to play Tekken, I'll play sometimes I'll play Street Fighter. Sometimes I'll play, I think I played Under Night and Guilty Gear like once or twice. I want to play those more. I played Dead or Alive like once or twice. A game that I just recently got though, I was Skullgirls, and I really want to stream that game because it looks so great.
Yeah, it does. It looks amazing.
Yeah, so I'm like, oh, dude, Skullgirls is looks so great. I played some of it, so I'm like, I can't wait to stream this. It's gonna be great. But yeah, I like to stream a lot of like different things here and there, just depending on my mood. Retro games, I love retro games because I grew up with that stuff. So I'm just kind of like, dude, I'll stream it. I'll stream anything. I think I streamed like Yoshi's Island.
What?
And, yeah, I streamed Yoshi's Island and Donkey Kong. That was so fun. I love those games so much, but it's just like those games are great. So I like to stream a lot of stuff. My community mostly likes to. My core community likes to hang around and watch me stream it. But it kind of just depends on what the mood I'm feeling is, what I want to play or anything at that time. Like sometimes I'll play rhythm games. Rhythm games are S tier. I love rhythm games so much. So it just ultimately like really depends on what I'm feeling that day. But most of the time, to appease everyone, but also keep myself into practice. I do stream. I've been starting to stream Tekken a little bit more, but I kind of feel myself burning out on it really fast. So I'm like, put the brakes on that one. Let's try something else.
Well, if you're looking for a new RPG to stream, actually, I have it right here.
Is it Bloodstained?
Bloodstained. Oh my God.
Is that an RPG? I know it's Castlevania or something like that.
It's okay. So it's basically Castlevania. It's basically I'd say it's like a HD remake of Symphony of the Night Castlevania.
Okay.
It's super good. It is super good. I'm shocked that I know half the voice cast in that game. So it's like super, super good. You would actually really enjoy it. Like
I'm not gonna lie, I probably will.
Yeah.
I probably will.
But if you're looking for this
Trails,
one,
I just saw someone post on Twitter, like, I just got my Trails of Cold Steel sign, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, yes! What is that?
So if you loved Final Fantasy X or RPGs in general, and you want good story, good gameplay, amazing soundtrack, I keep recommending the Trail series, and people are like, "Is it like Persona?" I'm like,
"Oh,
no.
I like Persona."
Like, it's got similar aspects. Like, there is a social aspect similar to Persona, but my God, this game is so good. One of my good friends is actually the main character. Like Sean Shiplock, he's the voice of the main character.
Okay, I'm sold. Say no more. Say no more, fam. I'm sold. I'll play it. I love me. It's a JRPG, right? Or stylized in JRPG.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm down. I'll play it.
Oh, definitely. Oh man, I forgot to ask, where can people find you on social media? That's supposed to be the first question I'm supposed to ask. But
oops. I'm sorry. I know I get carried away. I'm so sorry. Where can people find me on social media? Well, I made it easy for everyone.
Okay.
And my social media handle for Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Reddit, Snapchat, Twitch is all KawaiiFaceMiles, KawaiiFaceMiles. And of course, if you forget any of that, you can always just go to my website, KawaiiFaceMiles.com, and all of my social media, all my posts, all my VODs, everything is on my website, easy to access for everyone.
See, and that's the best way when you have like that uniformity across the board. They're like, where can I find you? Everywhere.
Yeah, I hate, you know what? And I that's a pet peeve. I don't like when people are like, yeah, so my username for Instagram is like babylove369, and my Twitch and YouTube are Kai Kisaki X300, and it's like, wait, how am I going to remember this? Like, you have 3 different names.
Right? It'd be like, what's your link tree with all your social media? Just give me that.
Yeah, like that's the thing. It's just like, just give me one name. But you know what's funny though? It's like I think that is actually very key to branding yourself. And a lot of players have yet to harness that, because they're like, oh, I gotta do this, I gotta place well in tournament. And I'm like, no, y'all gotta brand yourself. Yeah. Pick one thing, focus on that one thing, make that one thing all about you. Yeah. And then brand.
And I think like it's not only players, but I think content creators as well. They don't understand the branding and business aspect of it. Because if you have that single brand across the board, and you do rank in a tournament, or you do get to work with like a company, they're going to be like, hey, this is super easy to market you, you know?
Yeah. And like, that is what, oh, thank God I took business classes before I dropped out of college, but
high five, me too.
now I'm dealing with debt. So, but I mean, that's whatever. But no, like that was something that I knew right away, as I was just like, I need to brand myself. All right. Because like when I first started competing, my name was just Kawaii, just plain and simple Kawaii. And at the time I was sponsored under ITS. So it was like ITS Kawaii. And then I was like, no, I gotta like I have to like pick something that is like me. Like I want a name that is just like, boom, that is me. You can't change it. No one can alter it. No one can take it. Like, that is me. So I just came up with KawaiiFaceMiles, and I was like, I want my real name in there, and I want, something that's just kind of like, it's quick. It's quick. It's not a short name, but it's quick and rolls off your tongue. It's like, oh yeah, that's KawaiiFaceMiles. Oh yeah, that's KFM. It's like quick, easy, to the point. It's very, very simple branding. I built everything around it because I'm like, all right, well, what do I like though? Like, I like really cute things, like pink things, but I also like edgy things. I like dark things. I like weird things. So what can I do to build that into my brand? And I'm just like, boom, just like be you. Do, maintain your appearance. That's very important to me. So I'm like, maintain your appearance, because that's your ultimate visual seller. Everything else is personality and aesthetic. And you can, and to me, I was just like, that's easy. Like, I know how to easily just like push that out there and just make it easy to gobble up. So it's just like, boom, brand set. And I didn't really notice it until like 2017, when I was at DreamHack Denver, and I was talking to Speed Kicks, and he was just like, Miles, your brand is so strong. And I was like, I have a brand? Like, I didn't even notice it. So it was just when he told me that, I was like, I have a brand. Like, it was one of those proud moments where I was like, wow, I did something I didn't even know I was doing it.
Awesome. And I mean, you really do. You have an amazing brand, and it's just, I need to learn from you. You need to teach me more.
I tell everyone, I'm just like, listen, be yourselves, and just, and everyone asks me, like, how do I build a brand? And I'm just like, dude, base yourself off of stuff that you love. Like, it doesn't have to be like 20 things, but it has to be at least like one or two, max like 4 things that are like around you. Usually I'm like, pick your favorite color, pick your favorite animal, pick your favorite food, pick your favorite place to be, and then that should be it. And then after that, it's like, okay, so what do these 4 core things have in common? And then you're like, oh, easy. Like, you could be like the woods, penguins, chartreuse, like when the edgy kids that like pick the different colors, cerulean, cornflower, I don't know. And it's like, and then you have those, and then you're like, okay, so everything's kind of like woodsy and naturey. Awesome. Base your persona off of that. Like, you're very insightful, very woodsy, very nature in tune and everything. And it's like something, it's the concept, the way to get to your brand concept is like it's very complex. But once you get to your brand, you dumb all of that down into the most simplest thing that is easily relatable to anyone. And it's just like, I kind of laugh at it because I'm just like, damn, I did all that work just to be like, I like nature, like, or something like that,
Oh, well, Miles, do you mind giving like a background on yourself, like how you got into gaming and just things you love too? Like, I know, like, most interviews would focus mostly on one thing, but my whole thing, like with this podcast, is to give the audience like another layer of my guests, like something they wouldn't expect, like anything you want to share. So the floor is yours. Here's the microphone. Perfect. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. Hello, floor. I am here, and you are mine. So, all right. Well, I started gaming at a very young age. I have an older brother. He's 8 years older than me. The first game I actually played was Street Fighter 2. I grew up playing video games my whole life. Around like 16 or 17, I was super, super actually into Street Fighter 4. I stopped playing Street Fighter 4 at the Ultra edition or something like that. You Street Fighter 4 or whatever. I was in a Ibuki main. I thought I was the shit. I'm telling you, I thought I was somebody. I was like, let me go to Evo. Like, I'm ready to go. And then at the ages of between 18 and 20, so it was like around like 18, 19, kind of like halfway in 19, I actually was in my first relationship. That was not fun because I've actually talked about this a lot, and it's actually a very serious topic, but I always bring up the topic because I want people to know that, I want people to know my story, and I want people to know, like, I've been through it. But when I was like around 18 to 19, I was in my first relationship, and I was actually an abusive relationship. I stopped playing video games a lot, and trigger warning for anyone out there who gets triggered. I just want to put that out there because I just, details. But so yeah, I was in an abusive relationship. I was beat up like every single day. I've had concussions, busted lips. I still have scars on my arms from when he cut me with a knife and all that stuff. So it was not a great time. And then I just finally decided, like, I need to stop. I need to get away from this because my life is going to end. So I got out of that, and from about 19 to about like 20 and a half or so, I had my best friend. He played Mortal Kombat. He really loved Mortal Kombat. And then that's how I got into Tekken, because I found Tekken and it was like a really good like coping mechanism for me, because like, you know, my parents to this day still don't know about that stuff. And I had to just deal with it on my own. So I turned to Tekken a lot for coping with the issue and everything, and coping with like the past trauma. And then I got decent enough, and I was like, I really love this game. And then 2015 rolls around, and they announced that Tekken would be at EVO for the first time in America, because it just got released in arcade in March of 2015. So they're like, hey, America, like if you want to play, it's going to be here at EVO. So I was like, oh, I want to go. And then I talked to my best friend and I was like, hey, like this is bad planning, but I was like, hey, do you want to go to EVO? The deadline is tonight. And he's like, what am I going to play? I'm like, play Mortal Kombat 10. And he was like, how much? I'm like, who cares? Like, let's just go. So we went, we booked everything like the night before everything ended. And we set off in my car and we drove out there, and like, I guess that was like kind of the beginning of everything, because it was just like, since then I was just like, oh my God, I want to compete so much. Like, I love this. I love playing. I love getting stronger. I want to fight and beat these strong opponents. Like, I'm so excited. So, you know, I just kept going and kept going to tournaments, kept getting better and everything. And, what was it? 2016 I competed. 2017 I competed. 2017 was actually when Tekken 7 came out on PC and home consoles. So then I think, so what's funny is a lot of people always ask me, they're like, how did you learn stick? And because I actually was a pad player for the beginning of my year, the beginning of my career. And I had my friend Katie, who has been, ever since I met her, she has been like the hugest supporter for me. And like, we have supported each other throughout the years. And like, literally, I wouldn't have gotten where I am now without her pushing me to start streaming. And that was the thing. It was like 2017, I met her and I was like, dude, I kind of want to like a Quamba arcade stick, because she does PR for Quamba. And she was like, but you play pad. And I was like, let me learn stick and I'll use a Quamba. So I learned stick within 2 weeks. And
what?
I learned stick 2 weeks before Tekken 7 released, because I wanted to play Tekken 7 and start it completely on stick. And I did. And then I got better and better, and I started streaming 2 weeks after the release. And because Katie was like, hey, you should really stream. Like, it would be super cool and stuff. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't think people would be very interested. So I started streaming, and it was just like, boom, instant, just like push to everything. Like it was the biggest growth of my lifetime. Just like, it was just so overwhelming and insane how much that grew and how big it got. And then the beginning of 2018, you know, E-League had their first Tekken tournament called, I think it was like Tekken Team Takedown. And I got invited. Of course, it was like a bit, there were a couple people who kind of threw a hoopla about it, and they were not very happy because like, oh, she doesn't get top 8, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh, well, sorry. I was able to brand and market myself better. So not my fault. But so I went, and, you know, it's really funny looking back at it, because it was a team tournament, and I was on a team with Cuddlecore and Brawl Pro and Cody and Jimmy J Tran. So I was like, it was a very unorthodox team, really unorthodox team, if you actually ask me. It was odd team, but it worked, and we ended up winning. And it was, you know, it was a moment. Of course, at that time I was signed by UIU, and it was a moment that I still hold very dear to me and everything. But it was also a pivotal moment for me to really just like kick it up and really work on myself and work on pushing myself further, not only in branding, but also in gameplay. And since then, I've been able to actually consistently place a lot better, because before I could never make it out of pools. Now I'm like, swag, I'm out of pools now. But yeah, but during that time last year, there was a lot of emotional like turmoil within myself and stuff like that, because I was struggling a lot with comparing myself to other people and everything, and being envious of others' success. And I think by the end of the year, I was just kind of like, you know what? Focus on you. Congratulate others if they're succeeding. Right now, it's not your time. You'll get there. Everyone's path is different. And it's helped me so much coming into this year. But then come 2019, my contract ended with UYU, and at that point I was just kind of like, it was actually kind of scary, because in the beginning of it I was actually like, oh, I gotta be on another team, I gotta represent another team, gotta be on a team, because if I'm not on a team, or I don't look like I'm like professional or whatever. And it's just like, after like a couple of days of panicking, I was just kind of like, maybe I should focus on myself and focus on building my own brand and secure partnerships and sponsorships with other companies whom I believe in, and not being sponsored by other companies who are sponsoring the team that I'm on, and I don't necessarily agree with them, And it was just kind of like, all right, I need to find companies that support me and my brand, and I support them and their company, and it's an actual symbiotic relationship. And that's what I started doing. And it took a bit, and then it took a while, and then I secured a partner brand ambassadorship with Victrix. I became a partner with a energy drink, like esports energy drink, gamer fuel, advanced gamer fuel. Their website's advanced.gg, and I really liked their product that they had. And they reached out to me, and I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. Like, that sounds great. Like, we'll be partners. And then I was able to snag a partnership with Papa John's, which was pretty cool.
What?
Yeah. That's not something that a lot of people are able to kind of achieve, Wow. So I was like super, that was like a proud moment, because I was like, oh yeah, like I got a chain pizza retailer. What is something that I love more than anything in this entire world? Pizza. I love pizza. So I was just like, yes, this is the greatest thing ever. Like, this is amazing. So that was great. And now it's just like, coming into now, I've placed very well within this year for the tournaments I've gone to. Final round, I got 13th. That was like huge accomplishment for me. Oh my God. It was the most emotionally taxing tournament I've ever done, because I've had once, I didn't realize how hard it was going to be to eliminate your friends. And then I had to do it, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so mean. Like, I can't deal with myself right now. It was so emotionally taxing. And then Northwest Majors, I got 17th, so that was great. And then Combo Breaker, I still got the same placement as last year, so I was just like, girl, you got to step it up a little bit there. But and then I couldn't make CEO, so I was just like, all right, got a month break, get it together, kind of cook up a new game plan. Of course, I'm not like really pushing NorCal Strong Style, because it's a team tournament for Tekken. It's a Tekken only tournament, and it's a huge team event, and they have a bunch of other Tekken events going on, and it's just like, I just want to go and have fun. It's a fun tournament. It's not anything big right now. So but then come Evo, I'm really trying to really work hard and do super well, because like, not only do I want to do well for myself and like build more value within myself, but like, I really do try my best because I know within my community, there's a lot of players whose skill level is not the highest, but they're all still learning, and I want to do well and achieve victories and stuff like that, and achieve like so many great things, not only for myself but to share with my community, because I want stuff like that to inspire them to also keep working and also do well. And it's just like when I see people like tweeting at me or sending me messages or videos, and they're like, yes, like I'm learning how to Korean backdash, and I'm like, yes, like I'm so happy. Oh, I ranked up to this rank. Yes, I'm so happy. Like, it's little stuff like that where I'm just like, I want you guys to improve. Like I want you guys to do well, and I want you guys to do things. So it's really great. Aside from the FGC, your girl has a lot of hobbies.
Tell us about it.
Well, okay. I don't have a ton of hobbies, but
Liars,
but I really like I don't know how to phrase it. I really like a lot of cute stuff. So I like to collect a lot of cute stuff. I'm a very avid K-pop listener. I love K-pop a lot. And biggest thing though is that I am a really huge claw machine enthusiast, and I love claw machines. Not the American ones, because those ones are rigged, but I like the Japanese UFO catchers. Those are so fun. And
you want to show me your collection?
Oh, whatever. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Do you want me to like get up and like pull some? I'll pull my favorite pieces.
It's up to you. Go for it.
I got you. Let me pull my favorite pieces. Hold on. I got so many. I actually just unboxed like a whole box of them today, so I'm like super excited now. Let's see. So I have. Okay. I had to like pick two of my favorite pieces, but so one of them is this really large Kirby plushie that I got in a claw machine. But what's funny though is like half of my other collection is actually in where is it? It's in Hoffman Estates, which is like in Illinois, because I was staying with someone for Combo Breaker, and then we went to round 1, and then I won too many things. So he has like half of my plushies at his house. And I have like 2 other giant Kirby's. So there's more. But these 2 I really like. This is my giant Kirby that I got in a claw machine. And then I have this Gengar that I got in a claw machine. I really like Kirby plushes and Pokemon plushes. So if I see any Pokemon or Kirby plushes, I'm like, dude, I'm like white on rice on that one. I'm ready to go. Like I will go and put money in there. It's crazy though, because like I try to explain. So I have to breathe because I'm getting so excited now.
Go for it.
But no, I've explained it to a lot of people like how to do it, because they're just like, oh my god, it's just rigged. Like, how are you winning? And I'm like, dude, there's like a whole meta to this. Like, there is so many things you have to consider with UFO catchers. Like, a lot of it is like you have to like really sit and watch others play. So I primarily play on this app called Tereba, which is like a phone app, and it lets you play like UFO catchers like in real time, and then if you win the prizes on the app, they send it to you, and that's how I get all this stuff. So
what?
Yeah, it's great.
I need this app. I gotta write it down.
No, I'm warning right now. I had to quit because it is an addiction. I am a struggling Tereva addict right now, and I'm recovering. But it is it's really, I mean, it's really cool and everything. But the thing is with UFO catchers is that and I've actually talked about this on my Twitter before. I actually find a parallel between this claw machine enthusiasm that I've had and tying it into my gameplay. And it's because with these claw machines, there's a lot of factors you have to look into. You have to look into, you have to sit and watch. So that's patience. And then you have to deduce, okay, how are the claws set? Are they like offset like this, where one claw is behind it, or and the one claw's in front? Are they like this? What kind of claws are they? Are they a flat edge and then a scoop claw? Are they two scoop claws? You know, what kind of claws are they? Then you sit and watch and you're like, all right, how strong is the right claw? Oh, is it strong enough to at least like kind of pick it up? Is it strong enough to turn it? How strong is that claw? How strong is the left claw? Can the left claw poke? Can the left claw turn it? Can the left claw pick it up? How strong are both claws together? Can they lift the whole product up? Or is it just kind of like, oh, slides right through? And then you like deduce like, okay, can you poke it? Oh, is the claw pressure sensitive? So once it touches the product, it won't go down anymore. And then you go in and you look at the configuration. So then you look at different configurations like V-bars and stuff like that, where it's like you have to move the prize into the chute and then you have to like try to get it down and stuff like that. And you got to look at how boxes are set up, how plushes are set up, if they're in saran wrap, if they're not in saran wrap, if they're in plastic bags, how sticky are the sticky bars. And then after you deduce all that, then you're like, all right, Newton's laws of physics. Can I physically make this plushie have enough momentum to make it roll, to make it turn, to make it flip, to make it go over? Like, what can I do? What move can I do? Because of essentially the trick to the game is figuring all of this out without the fewest tries possible. Because I've won plushies in like 2 tries because I'm like, all right, figured it out. And I've paralleled that and related it to fighting games, because that's like in Tekken, that's like a really big pivotal part is paying attention to game mechanics, hitboxes, hurt boxes, backdashing, tracking. You have to pay attention to like how it was with like claw machines winning in the fewest amount of tries. You have to download your opponent in like the shortest amount of time possible before they download you and they beat you. So it's like there was a huge I realized there was a huge parallel with it, and I was just like, oh, this is so great. Like it's been so interesting, like learning about this stuff.
You literally just blew my mind. I'm like, I did not know that much went into those.
Yeah, and the Japanese ones, the USA ones are the 3 prongs where they go like that or whatever. Those are rigged. Those are rigged by payout. So you have to like, after you spend X amount of dollars, then the claw will pick it up.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay, so I'm curious about the meta of the Japanese claws. So if you want, you can keep going in more on that, because like right now I'm like, man, I want to know more about that, because I have a friend that actually works at a shop in I want to say it's in North Carolina, and they have like pachinko machines and they've got the Japanese claws, and I'm kind of mad now because he never told me about this stuff, and I want to know more.
Yeah, there's like specific configurations. Like right now, I think what's popular when you go into stores and stuff like that, like especially if you have like a round 1 near you, like walk into round 1 and look at their UFO catchers. They usually have like a huge ass aisle of UFO catchers. And you can just walk by, and most of them are kind of set up where they're like they have like these 2 like felt like black things, and then they set the plushie down, and it looks like the plushie is about to fall in, but they're really not because they're being held there. But the thing is that they put tips for where to poke it, but they don't tell you exactly what to use to poke it. They just say, poke here. And the biggest thing is like you have to just like look, and you have to really like kind of deduce like, like if I poke it with this claw, is it going to push it into the configuration more, or is it going to actually bring it down more? So you have to like deduce, all right, if I go further left and then go back, then I'll use my right claw. But if I just barely go over and go back and use the left claw, like how is this going to work out? You have to like visualize it a little bit. Because sometimes those claws are like, oh, here's the prize. No, it like barely touches the prize. And it's like, oh, too much pressure. And you're like, oh, okay. So you have to like kind of sit there and just really like deduce, like figure. It's like quantum physics. Like when you're standing there, you just have to be like, okay, can I do this? And 3 tries. How much money is this going to take me? And it's just, you just have to like kind of like sit there and get it done, because I think like I won at the round 1 and like in St. Louis. It was like I was like clearing that out like no other. And then all of a sudden everyone else started playing because they saw how easy it was to win. Like I think I won all the figures that they offered. Mm-hmm. They had like 4 different figures. 2 were Dragon Ball Z figure, a Naruto figure, and some One Piece figure. And I just like went in and just won them because it was like really simple. It was a simple setup. It was like, oh, here's 1 claw and the figure's all the way on this side. You have to like get underneath the corner and like drag it down the claw into the wider part so that way it just falls in. And it was just like, you guys have to make these teensy bit harder. Like, let me see some challenging configurations here. So it's like, there's like a whole meta to it, but I literally just like sit and study and then watch other people play. And then I just like kind of like figure out, like, especially on Tereva, you can sit there and watch people play, like other people play. And like after they win the prize and they restock it, then you can just like go back in and be like, all right, well, I saw how this person did it. Let me just do exactly what they did. And then you win it spending less money because they probably spent a ton of money trying to win it. And then you're like, all right, well, here's the game plan. Like there was this Jigglypuff that they had on a setup, and it was a Jigglypuff and a Togepi. And I don't know what possessed me to go for this Jigglypuff, but I went for it and I was like, oh, wow, my first try, the right claw is actually pretty strong and rolls the whole Jigglypuff. So let me try it. Let me like put in $5 and like try to get it in. And then within another try, it was like, oh, there it goes. And I got it. And then I kept going back to that claw machine. I have like 4 Jigglypuffs on the way here. So I'm like, I abuse that claw way too much. And then sometimes they take away the good configuration. So then I'm just like, oh, great.
They're like, no more for this person.
I know. Like, I'm like scared they're going to flag me or something.
Well, so we've definitely learned that you can start a new business of coaching people how to use the UFO catcher. I mean, I think it'd be super lucrative. Like literally, like I'm not even bullshitting you right now. Like this, learning about this makes me want to go to the local spot and try this out.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, once I realize how much like thinking is involved in it, and like, and it's a physics thing. It's physics. You have to think about the physics because like, especially with larger plushies, it's like gravity is your friend, dude. Like it is going to pull that plushie down if you put enough, like, you know, if you get it in the right spot or have enough momentum or force that it's just going to either like roll down or slide down or anything like that. It's just like, there's just so much into it. And I think that's what I find the most fascinating about it is I'm just like, dude, there's just so much about it. Like that is so great, you know? Mm-hmm. And I really like that.
Cool. What are some other things that you enjoy? I don't know if you do. What are things you enjoy like to that degree? Like as the
Disneyland. I love Disneyland. It's like, that's not even like a hobby. That's just like a place I love. That was the first thing that came to mind. I love Disneyland. I don't know what kind of other things I like to do though. Like claw machines have become like a really like recent, I've always liked claw machines growing up, but like claw machines in general, like I love that stuff. I love like once I figured out the deeper thinking to it, I was just like, oh my God, this is like so great. I don't know. I like to collect a lot of like cute stuff. Like that's why I play the claw machine, because I'm just like, ooh, I can get this cute like plush and like put it in my room and have it on display and all this stuff. And I can just have this like adorable, comfy room, et cetera, et cetera. So it's just like, outside of that, like video games, claw machines, arcades. Yeah, it's just like video games and arcades. Anything that has to deal with like video games, like I'm on it. I love it. Singing. I actually really like singing. Okay. Animals are a big thing. I work in pet like pet retail, so like I have a lot of dumb knowledge that is like no one's ever going to need in general, but it's always good for me to have. Like taking me to an aquarium is like the worst thing you could possibly do because I'm just going to spout off a bunch of information about every single fish. And it's just it gets kind of ridiculous. And then yeah, but oh god, I didn't realize how boring I was until you asked me what else I like, and I'm like, oh god, I don't really like a lot of stuff. I'm not really that big. Food, pizza. I like pizza.
You're not boring. Stop.
But yeah, animals are another big one that I get really passionate about.
Okay, you said you had a cat. What kind of cat do you have?
Oh, I have a tuxedo cat. I actually rescued her from one of the stores I worked at because we have like we had a cat rescue in there, and like I never wanted a cat, and she was there for the year that I worked at that location, and right before I was about to be transferred, I adopted her. But like she is a baddie, let me tell you, because there was this one memory I have of her when we were at the store. And the memory is that there was this really huge Maine Coon in the same room as her because they had like a free room for all the cats to mingle with. She doesn't like other cats, so that Maine Coon was trying to like, I guess, like assert his dominance over her. And mind you, she's like, she's not a big cat. She's just a regular little tuxedo. And then we just hear a bunch of like cats screaming. And we're like, oh my god, like the cats are in a fight. So we run over there, and she has this Maine Coon in the corner, shook. He was so shook. She was ready. She was throwing down. She was not playing games today. It was the greatest thing. And at that moment, I was like, you're the one. You're the one I love.
I have a calico that I've had since 2012, and it's so funny. It's not until like the last year that she's actually warmed up to me, because the only thing, my cat, and her name is Kita, and she's like that big, and for whatever reason, like if it's food or water, I'm her best friend. Other than that, she's like, I piss off. I'm doing my own thing. But like lately, within this year, I started doing something completely different. I'll just pick her up and I'll just put her on my shoulder and just hug her and caress her. And it got to the point now where first thing that happens, like when I come home or if I wake up in the morning, she just walks up to me and she'll tap me, and then she'll just like rear up. And I'm like, oh, you want me to pick you up? So I'll pick her up, and then she just like nuzzles into my neck.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
And I'm like, I've never seen a cat do this before. And she's my first and only cat I've ever had. And I'm like,
it happens. It happens. You force them to love you.
Yeah, it's like it's something too, because I've always wanted a dog, but I think with my work schedule, and a lot of people like, oh, you need to be home constantly, and like they need that one-on-one. But with the cat, they're like, do your thing.
They're like, I'm good. Don't worry about me. Leave the can out. I'll get it. I'll get my dinner set.
No, it was actually hard because like when I went to E3 last month, it was rough because I was gone for a week, and I had to ask my mother, I'm like, can you come over and feed her? She's like, how long do I have to spend with your cat? And my mother doesn't like cats. I'm like, just feed her, give her water, give her food. You can just come here once a day. And then like, it's so funny because my mom's like sending me pictures and videos of her with the cat, and I'm like, oh, I thought you said you don't like cats, huh?
Right. That was my dad. That was my dad. Now I come home and he's like, the cat's like passed out right next to him in the bed. She's on her back and he's got his arm around her. I'm like, what is this? You didn't even want her.
It's crazy. I mean, it's funny too. Like when you start to build that bond with like a cat or a pet, it's like nothing like. I think the only thing relatable to that could probably be parenthood, but it's like, God. animals they have distinct personalities is so interesting.
Yeah, that's what's so great about them. I love pets so much. If I could have all the pets in the world, I would. But unfortunately, I travel too much. So, winning plushies out of UFO catchers and calling them my children is fun stuff.
So, and that's one of the things like I want to ask you, like with working full-time job, like how do you get the time off to go to all the different events that you go to?
That's a good question. And here is a good answer. So I'm actually very open and transparent with my company that I work for, and I'm very open and transparent with my boss. So he knows exactly what I'm doing and what I do outside of work. He knows all about it and all that stuff. And he has been so great. And so I've been actually really blessed with having bosses in the past that have just been really, really, really great with letting me go.
Mm-hmm.
And I just tell them, a month in advance, I'm like, I need these days off, I need these days off, I need this weekend off, I need that off, because I'm going to this, and this. Mm-hmm. And they give it to me off, and it's because I've worked so hard at work. You mm-hmm. wouldn't believe it, but no one would believe it with how much I sit on social media at work. But I work so hard at work, and I do so much that, and I work with everyone else, like if someone needs days off, I have no problem working extra days or swapping out my off days or swapping shifts or anything to help someone else out, because it's one of those things where it's like, if I expect, if I want you to give me my days off when I need them and all that stuff, then I should be just as lenient and bendable with myself and my work schedule. It's give and take, and that's been super, super great. I've had, my whole job is like super, super supportive of everything. They're just like, I follow you, I watch you on YouTube and Twitch, and I'm just like, stop! No, don't. This is not this is the real person that you don't see at work. And it's like, yeah, so it's really great, and it's super, super awesome that my boss has just been just very, very, very lenient with me taking time off. Mm-hmm. And I'm just always just like, thank you so much. Like, I love it. And, but I'm also just like, if you need anything, just let me know. Like, even when I'm out of town, just text me. Don't call me during this time, though. That's my pools. But afterwards, if you need anything. So it's always great. That's actually how I've been able to get time off with my job and everything like that. Plus, I work it out to where, like right now, this is my last day off before I leave on next Thursday. So I work Saturday through Wednesday, and then Thursday I leave to San Jose, come back Monday, and then work Tuesday through probably Sunday.
Where's recovery time?
No, there is none. I recover when I'm dead. No, I'm just kidding. Probably my next day off, when I think that's probably going to be, I don't know. I have no idea when my next day off is going to be after this. So I'm just going to enjoy San Jose and then die when I get back.
So I guess you go through the similar thing. Like for me, I don't know if you have the same experience, but for me, when I have a day off from work, which is rare because I'm on call 24/7, sometimes I'm like, I don't want to do anything.
Yeah. That was today. I know my parents have been like complaining to me because they're like, oh yeah, clean your bathroom. And I'm just like, okay. They're like, you do it tomorrow on your day off before you leave out of town. And I'm just like, no. Like, I'm tired. I don't want to wipe down the desk. Like, I don't want to do anything. So you know what I did today? I had pizza and a brownie from Papa John's, and I sat in our day room and I waited for USPS to come and deliver my package, because I'm tired of them walking up to my door and breathing on it and then saying I didn't answer. So I waited until I saw USPS. 7 hours, finally saw them. But, I camped out. I waited.
I've had that happen too with USPS. Like, before I moved into this house that I got now, like in my old condo, they would like, I feel like they would come to the front door, look at it, and then turn around and put up on the app. Yeah, he no show, not here.
Yeah, same. And, I feel like they get out of their cars, walk around it, and then get back in.
Yeah. Hey, we just completely ruined our sponsorship with USPS right now.
I don't know. USPS, you know what? I do have to say though, USPS has been really great whenever I call them and ask for help though. So they've always been responsive and able to give me direct times and not give me any issues. So I can't complain about that one. I just wish the carriers would just, give it a hot minute before they, run back to their car and jump out or, bail out and stuff like that. But, I get it. They're on a time. I deliver everyone else's mail.
Hey, sometimes it happens like that.
Like that.
So one of the things I also wanted to ask you, since, a female gamer, pro esports player, and streamer, are there any challenges or difficulties that you run into being a female in the gaming industry itself? And
oh, yeah. As you can tell, the latest meme right now is Gamer Girl Bathwater. So that really has been great to deal with. Of course, I'm not a saint either, and I also have been playing into the meme a little too much. But the thing is, though, is just like I feel like there's a stigma sometimes. I feel like there is a stigma. Mm-hmm. There is a stigma with female gamers and male gamers. And, I'm not trying to like get on my pedestal and be like, that's sexist. But sometimes, it'd be like that. And it's just, and I wish I could sit here and try to fight all the battles with that. But for me, I think the best thing that I can do is continue to put out a strong and positive and independent and hardworking example for other women, so that way they know, like, hey, if I do this and work and stay in this realm, I not like setting one trend that only works. Like, be yourself. By all means, be yourself. Love yourself and all that stuff. I'm not one to shy away from posting provocative pictures on Twitter, fully clothed. I will add, fully clothed. But I'm not one to shy away from, posting like provocative, like flirty pictures like on Twitter and Instagram and stuff like that, because like I love myself and I love my body and I love me and I'm comfortable with myself, that it's just like I'm not afraid to put that out there. And I know that's another stigma as well, that it's like it's hard for women to be themselves, because if they do one thing, they get called sluts, they get called thoughts, e-girls, fake gamer girls, blah, 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 all this stuff. And it's just like, why? Like, we can't post, suggestive pictures and like, in a cosplay or something like that, that is like, a Morrigan cosplay or Cammy cosplay, without like people, like, oh my God, like you're wearing nothing, cover up, blah, 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 or something like that. And then, but you have other men who like post like shirtless pictures and it's like, oh, you look so great, bro. Let's just go and give each other a hand. You are doing so great. Look at all those gains. And it's like, we can't do that either. Like, why can't we, express stuff like that? So I think that stigma is just like, it's something that, is it going to be broken within, 3 months? No. Within a year? No. Within a couple of years? Probably not. I think, though, the strongest thing that I can do with my platform, though, is to continue to post, be a role model of more of like self-love and loving others, because I feel like there's not a lot of that going on, where it's like, there's not a lot of the people out there, there are people that preach it and stuff like that, but I feel like there's not enough. Like, we have to have more. We have to have more to show other people, like, it is okay to love yourself. It is okay to love others. Like, just be happy for everyone. And, it's very, I try to push out a positive message. and be a positive role model. Of course, I can be a little toxic sometimes, but you know, that's everyone. So I'm not perfect, but I know where my faults are, and I work to try to, you know, be a better person every single day. And I think that's the best I can do, you know?
Yeah. I've never understood where the double standard comes from when it comes to gaming and male and female dynamics, because like you said, like, you know, if a girl does like a Morgan cosplay or scantily clad, like picture or whatever, provocative or, you know, flirty, then you get a, you know, X amount of labels. But a guy can do the same damn thing, and it's like, I've never understood it. And it also carries into like the whole, you know.
Well, it's also like Twitch too. Like,
Yeah.
with streaming, you know how there's like the stigma, like, oh, you're a pretty girl, so you'll get attention easier. Yeah, of course we will. Like, that's just how it is. There's a lot. It's a male dominated platform. So for women, for, you know, attractive women to go on there and stream and then have hundreds of viewers, like, yes, that's going to happen. That is the audience that they appeal to. And one thing about that argument I never really understood was when other people are like, oh, well, you're taking away from us smaller creators. And I'm just like, what are they taking away though? Like, this is the audience they appeal to. Unfortunately, you're not appealing to that audience. That's not your audience. Your appeal is elsewhere, my friend. Just because they have all the viewers doesn't mean that's all the viewers. Like, there's more viewers out there, and there's a whole audience for you to like dip into. Yeah. You know, everyone's path is different. Everyone's path is different, and the best thing you can do is do your own path and have a good time doing it, you know?
Yeah. Definitely. And I also kind of wanted to ask you about, like, is the influence of esports on, you know, not only fighting games, but just gaming as a whole. Like, do you think it's a positive or a negative influence?
I think... Here's my hot take. I don't know if you caught that huge eye roll, but I think it's half and half. I think it's a double-edged sword. I think it's a good thing because this helps people like us, like, you know, like me and everyone else that are passionate about this to pursue a career in this realm. I think that is an excellent thing. It literally created a whole new job opportunity for us.
Yeah,
that are on the road to pursuing it. So that is an amazing thing. I think it's a bad thing because a lot of people want it, and in order to get it, they either completely are not themselves and they try to fit a mold, which to me I dislike. That's a pet peeve for me. I hate when people put up a front or a facade or something like that to be esports and stuff like that. Like, yes, I'm a pretty professional person when it comes to, when it comes down to it, talking to different companies, talking to people, handling myself in a business aspect, in a business manner, depending on the situation. But I'm also myself. And and I would never completely water down my personality to fake who I am to get anywhere. Like, that's not to me, that is not a good way to sell yourself. So I think it's a bad way. I think it's a bad thing because there's a lot of people who either completely try to copy someone else, or they're just not themselves at all because they want to make it so bad, or there are people who can't do it, so then they just hate on it. And I think that's where the disconnect comes, and then everyone's, like preaching, oh, go back to grassroots. And it's like, dude, like, FGC is still trying to get off the floor. So like, we're getting there. We're not there, but we're getting there. So I think it's a good thing. I think that for the amount as it has grown right now for esports, it's esports and FGC in particular, it's been amazing, especially with my respective game Tekken, especially with Street Fighter. Like, dude, I was watching that on ESPN, like with my family. So that was cool. And but I also think it's a bad thing because I think it brings out the worst in a lot of people.
Yeah.
And, it is what it is because ultimately I can't really control someone else. I can't, I have no say in what other people do because free will and all that stuff. It just sucks because sometimes, so most of the time it's people I don't really know or don't really like have any like personal attachment to. So I just don't really care. I'm just kind of like, whatever. But it sucks more when it's other people, like when people or really care about end up succumbing to the negative aspect of esports, and you're just kind of like, dude, no, like stop, please don't. So it's a double-edged sword. I think it's not necessarily a black and white issue. It's a very like gray issue. It's not even an issue. It's just a gray situation.
Definitely. Switching topics. I see you have same headset I have, Victrix, of course.
Yeah.
And I see in the background, is that the Pro amp?
Team amp?
Team amp? Yes. Ooh.
Hold on, it shut off on me. Hold on. I think it'll turn back on, but let me turn it back on because I can't hear anything right now. Maybe it'll turn on. Come on. Come on. Hold on. Oh, okay. It turned back on. Yes.
Awesome. How is it?
Oh, let me just tell you. She's sitting on sidelines right now.
Oh.
So this Victrix team amp has completely replaced my Astro one. And I have had Astros for a really long time. Don't get me wrong, Astro, I still love you. However, I love Victrix a lot right now, and I love them a lot more. They got a fight stick and they got headphones. Like, unfortunately, Astro just has a pad and quality headsets and stuff like that. But regardless, I love both companies. I've worked with both companies, great companies. But as you know, I'm a brand ambassador, so I have a very soft spot for Victrix. I've been talking to them for a really long time. So when I finally got this brand ambassadorship, it was just like cherry on the cake because like I love this brand and I've been standing by them and watching them grow before they released the Pro FS. So it was like, oh, yes. And then, David has been so great. The whole staff has been amazing. They're always so supportive. And like at tournaments, they always come out to me and they're just like, how are you doing? Blah, blah. They always check on me and I'm just like, thanks guys. Like, I really appreciate it. But yeah, main topic, these headsets though, they're great.
Yeah, these are like, so my primary pair of headsets before I got the Pro headset was the Astro A40s, and I also have a mix amp which it's been collecting dust. I don't have the team amp yet. I think I might get that sent pretty soon, but I use these to the point where I think they're one-sided now. But this, like with these, because I do not only video editing but I also do music production on the side, and like the tuning of the highs, mids, and lows on this headset is
great.
Yeah, it's truly amazing.
So amazing. I was shocked too. See, I used to way back in the day when I was 18. I used to make music as well, like myself, like under a whole different pseudonym, which I'm, not very proud of it. So, it's not that I'm not proud of it. I'm just very shy with sharing that stuff. But
she got famous, people.
I used to make music, and like hearing the sound quality, because I go back and I listen to it and I'm like, oh my god, like it sounds so much better now. Like everything is like I hear everything.
Yeah, definitely. And yeah, like David, Ali, all the guys over at Victrix, like they're all super amazing. They're actually how I got to go to E3. They flew me out there, and it's like, man, I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for LA.
Yeah, it's a lot. I went to E3 last year. I couldn't go this year because job stuff happened. I ended up getting promoted, so I was like, God, I can't really take time off. Sorry, guys. Like, not going to E3, not going to CEO. So last month was just working. But yeah, I went last year and it was a lot. I go to LA pretty often because I'm from LA, so I like to go there whenever I can. Mm-hmm. But oh my God, E3 was a mission.
Was that your first one or?
Yeah, it was my first E3.
Okay, so this year was my first ever. I was not prepared for that.
Yeah, it's a lot. I wasn't prepared either. I was like, oh my God, there's so much. There's so much going on.
Like when I got there, I need to get my badge. David's like, meet me at West Hall. I'm like, where is that? I'm like, I don't know where anything is. And then like when we got to one end, and then you had to walk to like South Hall, and then there's like the conference area where they got like the kind of like the cubicles and whatnot. And I'm like walking around. So this is how much you can tell like I was not prepared. I brought loafers for E3.
Well, you know what? I brought Doc Martens, so.
Oh, wow.
Really? I wear Doc Martens. I love boots. I love Doc Marten boots.
No. I love Doc Martens. I'm just saying, like, how did your feet hold up with that, though?
Oh, they held up great.
Oh, okay. My feet were killing me by like 2 hours in. I'm like, okay, my feet were killing me. My ankles are swollen. Like and the other thing too, like I like to work out, and at my hotel, but here, this is a long story. So my hotel was at the La Quinta over by the LAX. Mm-hmm. And I'm thinking when, I was booking the hotel and everything, I was like, oh, okay, so I can just catch an Uber to E3. The convention center is not that far. It's only like 15 minutes by Uber. No.
LA traffic will turn that 15 minutes into an hour. So fast.
Yeah.
Telling you. That's why I just drive, because I'm just like, I'd rather sit in traffic in my own car, not paying someone else. LA traffic is ridiculous.
Ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. Like there's nothing like it takes an hour to go from one side of Oahu to the other, and we complain about that. Now I'm like, I have seen the light, the error of my ways. I repent for the blasphemy and bullshit.
I know, right? Like when you see LA traffic, you just like have more like, what is it? Just more respect for the traffic you deal with at home. You're just like, this is nothing. This is nothing compared, because it's like you said, a 15-minute Uber turned into an hour Uber.
Yeah.
For traffic, and that's how it was when I was going to E3. I had to wake up at like, it was like be there by 9. I woke up at 6. I was out the door at 6:30, ready to prepare for traffic.
Whoa.
And I would get there at like 8:50, 8:45, like 15 minutes before they open.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But I was also driving from Riverside, so that was like, normally it's like an hour drive because of traffic, but with the early morning traffic, it was like 2.5. Yeah, it wasn't great.
See, I can't imagine sitting in traffic.
See, I could though. I could do it. I just in traffic and listen to music, and like I'd sing, and I just like chill and all that stuff, break the law and be on my phone, normal things.
My goodness. Yeah, I 2 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy. LA traffic is crazy. But then, I didn't even like traveling. There was only one time I ever had a bad traveling experience to California. It was during SCR last year. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what happened, but so I had my air conditioning fixed because like something was happening. My car was overheating. So then we got it fixed, and then all that stuff was good. It was good to go. So I drove to Ontario. Mm-hmm. On my way back, well, even over there, it was like something was kind of wrong with my air conditioning, because I was like, it's not really getting cold. Then that was like that was like, it was already like, I was already almost there when I was like starting to really feel it.
Yeah.
So I drove back home, and the entire time the AC didn't work,
Yeah.
Blowing hot air, and I'm driving in the desert and it's hot and I'm like dying. Oh my God. I will never forget that drive because I was literally just like dying and so dehydrated. I'm like peeling my clothes off as I'm driving. I'm like putting my hair up while I'm driving. I'm just like driving and I'm like, oh, it's so hot. I can't breathe. I'm just sweating. I'm gonna die. Like it was so horrible. And then I like it was the worst drive of my entire life. It was the worst drive.
Oh my goodness. I don't know how you like Hawaii weather. Because
humid and big bugs, right?
Yes.
We with that.
We only have 3 temperatures here: hot, and god damn, it's hot.
Miss me with that shit. I'm not gonna be. Those are 2 things I don't like: humidity and big bugs. I hate big bugs because I'm afraid of bugs, and humidity. Oh, humidity does not do my hair justice.
Yeah, we have I don't know if you guys have like centipedes where you guys are.
Nope.
But like we have, I think I was on the west side. I was in, was it Eva Beach? And I saw a centipede like.
Stop! Oh, my skin's crawling. Stop! Ah!
And it just walked across, and they're aggressive too. They'll bite you.
Yeah, I know.
Like
that's horrifying.
But if you think that's bad, where I'm originally from Western Samoa, they're worse. They're bigger. They're like a snake. And they're like this big, this wide.
No.
And they can kill you.
Oh yeah. Oh no. Miss me. I'm not going there. I love it. Maybe I'll go to I actually heard what is it? Honolulu is really gorgeous. But that's because it's like touristy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe I'll go there. It's a little expensive, but I'm sure there's still the same problems, but I don't think it's like probably as bad, maybe if it's in a touristy area.
So you won't run into them in that area because I'm in Honolulu. I am 3 minutes away from Waikiki, and basically my house is in the center of everything. So you won't see. I mean, the most you'll see is cockroaches because they're all over the island. But
I can handle that.
If you go more to like the west side, that's when you're gonna run into like the huge centipedes and other unique critters we have exclusively here.
No. Oh no, man. You know what I deal with in Arizona? Scorpions. That's it.
Really?
Yeah, dude, I've been stung like at least 4 times.
What?
Yeah, that they'll just be crawling on me. It always happens during summer because it's so hot outside. So they go inside. They try to get in houses so that way they can cool off. But now I got a cat, so she kills them.
Wow. I've never seen a scorpion in person.
Oh, I have been stung 4 times. I can explain how it feels. It feels like someone is taking a hot needle and shoving it slowly through your skin. You feel that venom just hit and go through your entire body. It is like the scariest thing ever.
Is it like corrosive venom or?
No, it's just like it's see, the scorpions we get here aren't like deadly enough to kill me because I'm like 6'2", so it's not, and I'm not allergic to like a bee sting or anything like that. But you can like feel the venom like from the spot you get stung travel in your body, but it just feels like because the venom they use is like to paralyze, to like stop their prey so they can eat it. And like obviously I'm not going to get paralyzed, but you just feel it, and it's so uncomfortable. But every time I get stung, I just get angry because I'm just like, no, we're not doing this today.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't imagine. What about snakes? You guys?
There's like rattlesnakes and stuff like that, but that's like in the desert. Like,
okay,
you'll rarely see them in like anywhere in like neighborhoods and stuff like that. It happens, but it's rare.
Okay, I've only ever seen a snake in person once in my life. We don't have any in Hawaii.
I love snakes.
So
You're like, oh God.
I was like, I don't know.
Some snakes are great. I used to feed snakes at one of my jobs. I was a snake keeper. Well, I wasn't a snake keeper. I used to just take care of all the animals. So feeding the snakes was one of my favorites. One of the snakes only ate frozen when I played Lana Del Rey for it.
Really?
Yeah, I guess it just liked the vibration of the music, so it would feel so comfortable eating.
Wow. Wait, so they're not, are they aggressive or?
No. There's certain species that are aggressive, like green tree pythons and sometimes sand boas are a little aggressive, but they're like this big. So what are they gonna really do? But most of them are pretty tame. It just really depends on their personality. This big is not that big. It's like 8 inches.
You're talking about width? No,
length. Kenyan sand boas don't get that large.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, wait, what?
But you get ball pythons. They get like maybe 3 to 6 feet, but they're like, they're pretty fat. They're chunky. They're very chunky snakes, but they don't get super large. 3 to 6 feet, you're like, oh God, that's large. But like 3 to 6 feet for a snake it's not that big.
Oh, okay. So it is actually viable to have them as a pet.
Oh yeah, snakes are like cats. They kind of just do their own thing. You never really have to like sit there and play with them. You can if you want to, but most of them kind of just chill and they like to be alone. Honestly, they have their own personalities, and I tell everyone, like, some snakes, they just don't, you gotta really work with them and tame them down. And then other snakes, like, they want to be around people. There's this corn snake that I had at another store. I love that guy. He was so great. He ate really well, so I never had to worry about him eating. Always shed super, super well. And the best thing about him was that he was so like handleable that he was like my favorite snake to show kids when they were like, oh, I want to touch a snake. So I would bring him out and let them touch him, because like they would like grab his face and stuff like that. Never struck them, never tried to bite them. He just didn't care. He just let me hold them. He was like, amazing snake. Such a great snake.
Wow. Okay. Well, when next time I go to the mainland, I guess I need to see this in person, because I mean, the impression we get out here in Hawaii is they're just all aggressive.
I mean, you probably have the aggressive species. You probably have like green tree pythons, which are like the yellow ones that sit in the trees. Those guys are, oh God, they're assholes. They are so mean. They're so mean. They do not care. And then you have like the really big, the constrictors and stuff like that. The really huge snakes. And like, I mean, you gotta be a little careful with those ones, because I mean they can kill you. But wild snakes, yeah, they're probably gonna attack you. But you can probably go into like a pet store and like, have a pet snake in there. They're good. They're good little things. They're good little snakes. I mean, look at their little mouths. They look like little puppy mouths and stuff like that. They're so cute.
Okay. So we're winding down to like the last couple questions I have for you, and I kind of want to ask you, like, I don't want to stick too much to the FGC stuff because I feel like you get asked that all the time.
Ask me anything. I don't care. You can ask me whatever you want to ask me.
Okay. So I know we touched on streaming, and you were giving advice earlier about like, stream what you want. Don't get yourself burnt out. Don't really focus on the numbers. So if someone wants to, like, if their goal is to get to partner, like, is that, how difficult will you say that is, and is it feasible to maintain it? Because I feel like you have to maintain partner, right?
No. Oh no. Really? Oh no. Once you get it, you got it. The only way you'll ever get it taken away is if you like violate terms of service.
Oh. Okay.
But once you get partner, it's good to go. You're good.
Okay.
But I mean, so the question was getting partner, right? How hard what it take to get it?
Yeah.
Well, I was lucky because I had a lot of attention from Tekken. I traveled a lot. I did a lot of tournaments. So I guess like, okay, if you're FGC based and you're trying to hit partner, keep traveling Try to get on streams very often with your matches. Like we either ask a TO if you can have your match streamed, anything like that is free publicity for you. That is free 100% publicity. And then the ones you're on stream, please don't do something stupid or be boring. Like showcase a personality, you know, showcase something, showcase, you know, entertainment value. Like play really well, of course, play very well and do your best, but showcase entertainment. Do something cute. Well, you know, don't do something cute, you know, if that's not your thing. But like, you know, do something that showcases who you are in the 5 seconds that they show your face on that stream. You have to sell yourself to thousands of people on a who's watching you play and criticizing how you play, but they're always going to remember your face because of those 5 seconds where you did something that it was memorable to them. So for me, it's not that hard. I just have to show up and look at the camera, and it's like, boom! Oh my god, the Twitch chat's like freaking out because oh my god, girl playing video games. But like, you know, for everyone else, Rixta, the SoCal Akuma player, he's very comedic. His facial expressions very, very funny. He's very expressive the way he is on stream presence. So watching him, not only is his gameplay good and explosive, but watching him in between those matches, it's like, you know, you're entertained through and through. You know, JDCR, they have their demeanors are very serious. You can see them physically thinking on what they're going to do and how they're going to achieve it. So like when you watch them, you're entertained because you're seeing their character. You're seeing who they are. They're insightful, very thinking. They're kind of just like, okay. Then you have Chanel, like a dude just, you know, he just does whatever. He's a character. He's a great person. He's funny. So he pops off and he does his little things and everything, and he's there for the comedic factor, and he plays amazing as well. Same with Junting. It's just like you have to, and this also ties into branding though. That ties into branding. You have to build your brand and know who you are in order to really command attention to yourself. And and like I said, utilize those stream matches at tournaments to really kick yourself off, like kick your brand off and promote yourself, because ultimately, like, that's free promotion. You ain't got to do anything. I mean, you got to pay to get there, but like, you don't have to do anything when you get on there. You just have to win.
Yeah.
Or at least do well. And then you showcase, you know, your character in 5 seconds. Boom. Everyone looks up your name. Then they find your social medias and everything. And that also ties into keeping your social media the same thing. Like you enter your name and whatever. You could be like, I don't know, Skull Shot Glass or something like that. Like, make sure your name is the same across the board, so that when people are like, oh, I remember that guy, he did something funny on stream, oh, let me go look him up, blah, 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 let me go follow him, and then your name is like completely different than what you entered as. Like, boo, you are messing yourself up. So, that's like a really huge thing, you know? It's a really, really huge thing. Utilizing tournament stream matches to really get yourself that promotion and everything. And then as you're doing that, people are going to stop in and they're going to be like, oh, they're going to stop into your stream and watch you. And then that's when you really get to show yourself off and show what you have to offer in order for them to want to stick around and support you, because they see you for those 5 seconds that they're interested, come into your stream. At that point, that's when you acknowledge them. And then you just do your thing. You play. Now, if you're a boring person in general, try to find something to spice it up. But, it's one of those things where I also tell everyone, streaming's not for everyone. Yeah. It's definitely not something that anyone can do. Some people are better at creating YouTube videos because it's easier to, film it, edit it, and post it once a week instead of having to do it live right away. It's easier to just do it when it's planned out versus doing it on reaction. So, it's all about trial and error and finding your niche. You can try to go the same route as other people, or you can try to find your own route and find out what you excel at. So that's like the biggest thing I can say. Kind of didn't really answer how to get partnered, but it kind of did.
Hey, it works. I love it.
It's just overall advice, because it's like there is no sure way to getting partner, But there is a sure way to building your brand, and that is finding what you are good at and being yourself, and that will build yourself.
Okay. Also want to ask, with the Pro FS, how is it in comparison to other sticks? I've never got to try it.
The Pro FS is the most elite fight stick on the block right now. It has the quickest response time of any arcade stick, and of course, as you can see, mine is easily customizable with the hinge in the back, allowing quick and easy access for all of your customization efforts and everything. You're sure to win. Plus, it comes with the stock quick release handle, so that way it's easy for travel and it's easy for storage in the back. Victrix Pro FS. You should just get one.
You didn't skip a beat. I love it.
I love this stick. I love this stick so much. And it has these like LEDs. Plus the coolest thing though is like this wire is removable, but it's a USB-C. So if you lose this, you can just use a whole other USB-C wire and it's good to go. Plug it straight into the console.
Wow. Traveling
with this thing has been so great. It has honestly been just so great. I just like love using this stick so much.
How is like I see you have custom buttons on them. What type of buttons do you have? Hayabusas or?
I forgot what these were, but I got these from Paradise Arcade Shock, and I saw someone buying these, and I was like, "Hey, what are those pink buttons?" And they said, "Oh, they're pretty good. Do you want to try them?" I was like, "Yeah, I'll buy 4 of them." So I bought 4 of them, and I've been using them. I don't know. Some people can tell what the sound is. I don't know. See, these are Sandwell right here.
Yeah.
But these.
Are they Hayabusas? I can't tell.
Don't think they're not Hayabusas. They're what's the other buttons?
I know what you mean.
Is it Semetsu?
I think it is.
I think that's what they are, but I got them on Arcade Shock. I got them from Paradise Arcade Shop. Okay. Paradise Arcade Shop. Oh my god, he's gonna kill me for butchering that. But it's Paradise. Let me just look it up. Yeah, ParadiseArcadeShop.com. Love them so much. I love Paradise Arcade Shop so much. I love the owners. They've always been so helpful, so caring about their customers. So that's why I always buy all my stuff from them. Mm-hmm. But, and they have the magenta, which I want to put in this stick. The magenta stick, the optical arcade stick thing. Mm-hmm. I really want to put that in here because I have it in my Dragon, and that I loved it. But
you have a Dragon?
Yeah. I have 3 Obsidians, a drone, and a Dragon, and a Mad Catz TE2. The Mad Catz TE2 was my original though. That was my original bang. Look, you got that? Is that Oh, that's not one stick. I thought that was one whole stick. That was your that's the Razor Panthera, correct?
Yes, I have 2. Actually, do I have? Yeah, 2 Razor Panthera Evos. Pantheras. I've got the Dragon Ball Fighters. I've got the Street Fighter 5 custom one. I've got a Tekken 7 Real Arcade Pro in. I've got both versions of the Soul Calibur Real Arcade Pro in. I have 3. Well, actually, I've got like 6 sticks sitting over here that you can't see.
Oh, yeah. See, and then you're over here like, what? Like, you have more sticks than I do. But this stick, if you don't have this stick in your collection, get it. Like, this is a really good stick. It was hard to peel me away from Quamba. I love Quamba so much. But Victrix, this stick is just amazing. Like, I cannot say better things about this stick. It's just so great. I'm just so in love with it.
How's the weight on it?
It's actually, so this is, if I can compare it, this is actually like not bad. Like I could probably
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt my wrist. It's like, it's hefty, but it's not cheap, you know?
Okay.
So it's not too heavy and it's not too light. So it's like perfect. It's like the obsidian weight, maybe a little bit more heavier.
Okay.
Like maybe like a couple of I think it's like what, kilograms or something?
Yeah.
Kilograms a little bit more heavier, but it's within that good like weight to where you can just travel with it. It's not like the dragon where it's like, oh my god, I'm carrying like a whole baby on my back.
Okay, that's not too bad. All right. Okay, you sold me on it. David, send me one.
Use code KFM at purchase to support your favorite waifu.
Oh, okay. So last 2 questions I have.
Gotcha.
So what advice would you give to someone, or even if there are some girls who are either going to watch this podcast or listen to it, if they're wanting to get into fighting games and to also play like competitively, like what advice would you give them to get started?
First,
I know it's a loaded question.
Don't be afraid. The first thing I gotta tell you is don't be afraid. If I was afraid when I first started, I would not be where I'm at today. And I know it's easier said than done, but I'm here and I support you and I am here to cheer you on and be your biggest fan, because I know the biggest thing that everyone needs, especially starting out, is just having someone there who supports them and really believes in them. And especially for women, I know it's so super hard, especially for girls. I know it's very, very hard. And, just don't be scared, because I support you and I am cheering for you and I want you to do well. Secondly, practice, definitely practice. Find people, play online and find some people, or if you have a local community, go out to your local community. You would be very surprised at how accepting a lot of local communities are. You do have a problem with your local community, obviously take it up with the TOs or community managers and stuff like that. And if you don't feel comfortable going to your local community, definitely go to, play online if you can. Find a core group of friends online, find good players you want to play with online, and play with each other and lab with each other and grow with each other. That's how I started, and that's what I did. And then lastly, I know it's scary and I know it's a lot, but definitely bring yourself offline to other events. You would be so surprised at how much support and love and just so many other women are here and out here for other girls, and we're waiting for more to just keep coming in. And that's why we keep encouraging others to come out and join us, because there is the female representation has been growing exponentially, and I am just like super happy about it. But I know there's a ton of other girls that are out there and they're not, coming out because they're scared or anything. And I just like try so hard to remind them, like, don't be scared. We are all here for you. We are all here to be a support group. Combo Queens is at like every single event, and they always hold meetups, which is great because that helps other girls meet other people. And it's not only just a girl event thing only, but it's a place where you can meet other people if you're not comfortable or anything like that, or if you haven't really met anyone. But definitely there's always people there. And of course, I'm here and I will always be anyone's friends. I will always hang out with you if you have no one to hang out with. And, my community is usually, so there's always people from my community at events, and they're also great people, and they're always willing to, meet up and play games and hang out. So definitely just don't be scared and just go for it. If you want it, do it. This is the time. Just go for it. Do not be afraid at all. I cannot say that enough. Don't be afraid. Just go for it, sweetie, because you can do it. Anyone can do it. Just work hard. You believe in yourself, you will make it. I promise.
Yep. I 1000% agree with that.
Oh, hold on. I can't hear you now, but hold on. Let me plug in my Victrix Team Amp Pro. Is it got a little unplugged? Hello, I can hear you.
Okay. All right. So last question is, when will we see you in Hawaii with,
Ooh, with all the big bugs?
Yeah. and the heat.
And the humidity. Oh, great. I really want to. Okay, so that's a big thing that I want to work. I've been trying to work on. I want to travel more outside of, and I know Hawaii is still part of the 50 states, so I know it's still North America, but I want to travel outside of our little country, like it's because we're north, like, USA is kind of like its own little country, and then Hawaii is like over in the islands, so there's
it's kind of like its own country here.
Yeah, it's your own country, but you're still part of our 50 states. So I know my geography before someone roasts me about it. Like, hello, Hawaii is part of the 50 states. I know, okay.
You know how many people don't know that?
I know, and that's what I'm scared of. Is that I'm afraid there's gonna be someone that's gonna say like, oh my gosh, she doesn't really know that Hawaii is like it's part of the 50 states. It's like, I know it's part of the 50 states. I'm just saying when you look at it on a map, where USA from California to New York, like that is one country, and Hawaii is all by its lonesome. I want to get out of this country. I want to do more stuff in different areas. I want to go to Hawaii. I want to go to, Japan. Oh God, I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Korea. I want to go to different places. EU. There's so many different, things that I want to do, and it costs a lot. So yeah. I'm working on it, but I'm trying my best. Does Hawaii have anything that goes down in Hawaii or like anything?
As far as like, in what sense? Like
FGC?
Yes, we do. We have a very prevalent scene out here. One of my best friends actually runs the FGC scene out here. It's Video Gamers Hawaii. It's run by my friend Keith Limos, and they do everything. We have a very large Tekken community out here. The group's called 808 Tekkenites. So we have them. We have a strong Street Fighter scene. We just started doing Samurai Showdown. We have a Eunice scene as well. So
Eunice is great.
I love Eunice so much. What's your character in Eunice?
Byakuya.
Oh God, I hate you.
And Conan.
I'm a Linne player.
Oh, and Hilda. Wait, Hilda's the one that just does nothing. She just points, right? She sits down and points. Yeah, her too.
I hate that character.
I like Byakuya because he has a really good laugh.
Oh yeah, we have a pretty big growing FGC scene out here. We're trying to work, and we actually just got part of the Tekken World Tour.
Oh, for dojos?
Yeah.
Yes. Congrats. I want to go now. You've spoken highly. I'm ready to test my fists.
So yeah. Oh, actually, I lied. I have one last question. Did you have fun?
Did I have fun? Of course. I told you. I love talking. That is the best thing I could ever do. So anytime where I can like talk with someone and like just let everything out and just like have good like conversation, dude, it's always a good time. This is excellent. I love doing shows. So this one was my favorite one to do so far because it's like, yes, we got good banter, good jokes, everything's good. And what I see in your background? I see you got a 9-cube organizer. Let me guess, was it from Target? It was Home Essentials, right? Boom, I got the same one. It's right there. I know because I built it on my stream. I saw that and I was like, oh my God, we're twins.
I was like, how'd you know?
That's all I do.
I can't help it. Okay, so for the longest, we only had one Target on the entire island. And it was all the way out past the airport. And like, if you're in town, this is how bad it is in Hawaii. It's like, if you have to drive more than 10 minutes anywhere, like us locals, we don't want to do it. We're like, that's too far. So It's like, that's a 20 to 30 minute drive to go to Target. They just put one 5 minutes from my house. And it's like, I'm there every freaking day. Like I just went in there, like, I want to say like 2 weeks ago. and I was shopping. They're like, "Oh, do you want to sign for a Target credit card?" And I'm like,
Sure.
"Why not?" Now I have a Target credit card, and I'm like, swipe.
Get that 5% back. I'm telling you. But no, I feel you because I just moved. We moved from where, because I used to live in an area where like everything was like there was everything. So then we moved further out from where we used to live, and like there's nothing. Like the nearest supermarket is like 10 minutes away, but Super Target, she 5 minutes away. So where am I gonna go? Super Target.
What? Wait. What's a Super Target?
Oh, you don't know what a Super Target is?
No, we don't have that.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Super Target. Just imagine Target the size of like at least like, I forgot how big a normal Target is, but just multiply that by like at least like 4. It's like Walmart. Like a big Walmart.
We don't even have that here.
Oh my god. Okay, there's no references. Okay, so yeah, just go into your Target and multiply that by like 2 or 2 to 4 times.
What all do they have in there?
They have groceries. They have Starbucks. They have travel. They've got CVS in there. They've got makeup, a huge section for makeup. They've got all the Hallmark greeting cards you could ever wish for. The entire middle section is all home improvement. So it's all like shelves and desks and chairs and lights. And then there's a huge toy aisle. The entire back is all electronics. And then you got on the entire right half of the store is all clothes.
So that sounds like a mall.
Yeah.
Mind blown.
I know. Super Target is. Oh my god, it's like crazy that like there aren't Super Targets everywhere. Super Target is amazing. That's where I go all the time. It's kind of expensive where I live because like our tax is like crazy in this city, but still, it's worth it. Like I have gotten so many things from there that I'm just like, why not? Like, it's here. I'm not driving to Walmart. That's like 20 minutes out of my way. I'm not driving to, like, I don't want to get my groceries at Fry's. That's like 15 minutes away. I'll go to like 5 minutes away Target. It's horrible.
Okay, so next time I go to the mainland, I need to experience this Target. Target Super Center?
And it's called Super Target.
Super Target. Okay.
Google it and see if there's one near you.
No, we only have 2 on the island. I mean, 2 total in Hawaii, period. There's only 2 Targets.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mainland.
No. Actually, correction. 3.
There's 3.
But they're all small.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you guys don't have Super Targets. Yeah. So you have to go all the way out. You have to actually come into the California side or,
It's kind of the same thing. Like we don't have IKEA here because apparently IKEA.
I never go to IKEA. There's no point. All the IKEAs are like an hour away from me.
What? Really?
Yeah, they're so far away that I'm just like, I've never been in one and I don't plan on going in one. They're all too out of the way. I will get my 9-cube organizers from Target. I'm good.
Hey, Target, you guys should sponsor her.
Dude, I sold so many of those unintentionally after I built mine. I was like, it's so great.
So where are some upcoming projects and where can people find you again?
All right. If you guys need a refresher, you guys can find me on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, Snapchat, Reddit, anywhere. And it's all KawaiiFaceMiles, KawaiiFaceMiles. Or if you forget all that, easy to find me, KawaiiFaceMiles.com. You can buy my merch there. You can find me on all my social medias, catch my streams, catch my VODs. You can see all of my latest uploads on YouTube. And if you really want to really contact me for anything, you can also email me at my business email that is directly on my webpage. And upcoming events, I've got NorCal Strong Style. I am going to do an IRL stream there at round 1 playing UFO catchers. So This sounds like a very scary idea, but I'm very excited because I just want to play so bad. I'm like so bad that I just want to play that and I don't even care about the tournament. So that's great. Oh yeah, it's a team tournament. So I'm on a team with Anna. Anna, and her username is Riot Kitty, and Katie. Hers is Peacock Jive, but I think she just uses Katie in tournaments. And I believe we're the only all-girl team at NorCal Strong Style. I know there's other women that like are other girls that are competing and stuff in other teams, but I think we're like the only all-female team. So that's cool. We named our team Harada's Angels. So we got a whole uniform going. Everyone's bought in their school uniforms. So we're set, man. We are so set to go 0-2 and have fun.
Nice. All right.
Evo. I forgot about that. I'll be at Evo.
I wish I could go. I might go. I don't know.
You do.
I'm still trying to get time off from going to E3.
Oh,
it is kind of hard for me to go to events because, okay, so I'm the primary, the backup, I'm the team, and I'm the on-call.
Oh,
so it's like, even if I go on vacation, I still have to work. I literally had to drop everything, remote in, and fix stuff. So,
come in.
So
no,
yeah.
I know the feeling. I've had to do it too at tournaments like last year and 2 years ago. I totally understand. Well, hopefully you do get to go to Evo because it'd be great. It'd be great to meet you and to see everyone, and you'll be able to get some IRL interviews and stuff. So that would be dope.
Definitely. All right, and Miles, it was an honor to have you on. I had a blast.
Thank you for inviting me. I had so much fun. I'm so glad you invited me. I was so excited.
It's crazy. Has it really been 2 hours?
Yeah.
Holy crap. What time is it there?
At 10:16.
Oh, it's only 7 here.
Yeah, not too bad.
Awesome. Yeah, I had fun. I mean, it's great conversation. I would love to have you back on the show again.
Yes. I'm so down. Just let me know. Definitely. Do you have like an outro?
Oh yeah. I almost forgot about it. Okay.
Wait, what's your outro?
Huh? Oh, wait. So okay. 3, 2, 1. I almost forgot. All right. So if you guys want to catch this podcast, okay. Wait. Cut.
Oh,
no. Rewind. Okay, I have to get my YouTuber face and game going. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. All right, so if you guys want to catch this podcast and many others, and there are a couple places that you can go to. You can catch it on youtube.com/Mekel Kasanova. You will also be able to catch this on the I drew a blank. Okay. We got this. Self, you got it. Okay. So
this is me all the time. I know this feeling. This is great. I know I'm not the only one. Yes.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so people, if you want to catch the Kasanova podcast, you can catch it on youtube.com/Mekel Kasanova. You can also catch it on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Google Play Music, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Spotify, iHeartRadio, coming soon to Pandora. It is currently on Launchpad DM, which is part of Podcast One, which of course we are trending on Podcast One in the #1 spot, which is crazy. And it's also coming soon to Sirius XM Radio. It'll be syndicated, so you'll have by that time 2 to 3 episodes a week in our own studio, which is something they promised. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
And everyone keeps telling me I need to put the podcast on Twitch because apparently Twitch is really good for podcasting. I did not know
Premiere. If you premiere the video, you can do it on Twitch, and you can just play it and like have the chat kind of just watch and react while they're playing because it's not live, but. You could do live podcasts, but You never know. You never know what happens.
True. This is true. And yes, that's everywhere you can find it. If you guys want to catch me on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, which I rarely use, and any other, even Reddit, I also have one brand, the same name across the board.
You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Oh, so with that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this, whether it's on video or audio format. And anything you want to leave the audience with?
My name is KawaiiFaceMiles, and you have been listening to Hawaii's #1 podcast.
Hey, and we'll catch you on the next one. Did you enjoy this episode of the Kasanova Podcast? Well, I hope you did. And if you did, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And let us know what we can improve upon, what you liked, what you didn't like, and all that good stuff. And just make sure you always have a good time. That being said, this is your boy Mekel, Kasanova, Hawaii's favorite YouTuber. I am signing out, and I'll catch you on the next episode.